Hi everybody, my name's Nikki, and what I'm doing is I'm making a video diary of my day-to-day life. Maybe not every day because that'd be kind of boring. I'm not that exciting. Pretty much I'm making this to educate and to inform and to connect with those people who have lupus. Which myself, I have lupus. I've had it since I've been 18. I'm 25. Diagnosed in high school. Had a lot of different symptoms. They thought I had a lot of different diseases. Thought I had leukemia, HIV, hepatitis. Thought I was just lazy and anorexic. And they thought it was all in my head. Turns out, it's not all in my head. So I'm just making this for people that especially are newly diagnosed or that know nothing about this disease and want to educate themselves, because it's very important. It's a common disease and it's a chronic illness. It's not contagious. It's they think it's genetic, but nobody in my family has an autoimmune disease. They think it might be environmental. Something tragic happens in your life and kind of triggers it, which it did. I was hit by a drunk driver when I was in 4th grade. Pretty bad accident, so maybe that's why, or maybe I'm just lucky. Like I said, it's autoimmune disease. Pretty much the easiest way to explain it is your body's confused and it's attacking itself. They don't know what's good cells, what's bad cells. It attacks everything. Some of the symptoms are weight loss, hair loss, swollen, stiff joints. Most common symptom is a butterfly rash, which I've never really had. I get a rash on my eyelids and my upper thighs and sometimes my arms and my back. Everybody can have a little bit degree of severity of the disease. Some people just take an aspirin a day. Some people have kidney failure. I'm kind of on the more severe end, but not the total end, thank goodness. So it's a tough disease to deal with because it's invisible. I mean, I look normal, and it's hard to explain to people what it feels like. People don't believe you. They don't understand because you look okay. Sometimes I think maybe it's easier if I had an outside problem, because then people would say, oh yeah, you look sick. I always get, but you don't look sick, or you look good. Well, I feel like crap because everything's happening on the inside for the most part. Sometimes my hands are really swollen. I go, and they're like, oh, sometimes. So I'm just kind of going to, when something comes up where I have a problem or an issue or a symptom, I'm going to let you know about it. Right now, knock on wood, I'm feeling pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of show you my one thing that's a big thing in my life is pills. My bag of pills. I put this in the living room or in the kitchen when I eat, because every morning I take my pills. First thing I take a folic acid to help with my hair, and I take Plaquenil. And some of these pills are going to sound familiar if you have lupus, because we haven't had a new drug in 50 years, which is a big problem. All the other diseases get all the notoriety, and we that have lupus get hardly anything. We need more research, more funding, more money. That's a different issue. I take an anxiety medicine and a depression medicine. Let's see what else I take. This prednisone. It's a steroid. I hate it. I cry, I scream, I throw a fit like a baby when they tell me I have to take it, but it saved my life. Makes you gain weight even if you don't eat. You can eat salads every day and you still gain weight. Moon face gets real round, you get emotional, I cry all the time. I hate this medicine and it tastes horrible, but I gotta take it. And I'm supposed to take a whole pill, but I take half a pill. I take an aspirin a day because I have something in my blood that makes it clot. Don't want to get a blood clot. That's bad. What else do I take? Oh, once a week I take 5 of these little itty bitty pills. These are chemo pills. So once a week on Tuesday I take them. And then on Wednesday I take Lupus, which is like a higher dose of folic acid. It's kind of a recovery drug because that drug's kind of damages you. So this kind of helps ease it a little bit. Also, every 3 months, twice every 3 months, I go into the hospital or into the doctor's office and I get an IV therapy of Rituxan, which is a chemo drug. No, lupus is not cancer, but what the chemo medicine does is suppresses your immune system, so it's not overacting, going crazy, and attacking different organs. So, I also take, I take painkillers like a Vicodin, sometimes at night, sometimes during the day, whenever I need it to get me through. Like I said, disease is hard because it's invisible. There is not one thing in my life this disease does not affect, does not touch, does not challenge. Everything, every day is a challenge. My number one job is to keep myself healthy, and that is the hardest job I've ever had. Speaking of jobs, having this disease and trying to have a full-time job is nearly impossible, but I try real hard. Your employer does not like to hear that you have to go to the doctor twice this week. Your employer does not want to hear that you're too tired to get out of bed or that you're so swollen you can't walk. They don't want to hear that. They don't care. All they care about is the bottom line. So my ultimate goal one day would be to work for the Lupus Foundation, but they're in Washington, D.C., and I'm in Indiana. Kind of a long commute. But, so that's all for tonight. I'm just kind of introducing myself and kind of letting you know who I am. I'm going to post videos when something comes up so that if you're curious about the disease or if you have the disease, you can kind of check in, see, what I go through with mine. And if you want to contact me, I'll have my email address there and we can correspond, because sometimes it's easier to deal with things if you know someone else is dealing with them. So that's all for tonight, and I'll talk to everybody really soon. Thanks.